Right, so I had a question on my YouTube in the comments asking about my thoughts, feelings, emotions, kind of because of the fact that my preparation this year has been so long, and also how I'm feeling right now. So, right now, I feel pretty chilled to be honest, because it is the Olympia. It is the best of the best. I'm not pressured. I don't feel pressured. I'm not saying that at the start of the year it was more important and that's why there's not pressure now. This is obviously way more important. To be right, to be on the money, to make sure that my physique is the best that it's ever been, because it is the pinnacle of bodybuilding. But because it's not just a pro show, it is the Olympia. It's like the Olympics if you were to do any other sport. It is an opportunity, an honour, just to be able to go there and compete there. The fact that I've won 2 pro shows to be able to go there, I'm really proud of that. I don't think that the fact that I have done that this year has yet settled in. And I don't think that I've yet maybe potentially let out my emotions because it's gone from one thing to another and potentially not celebrated. I mean, I'm not one ever to go out and party and go out and smash loads of foods and things like that. It's just not me. Maybe back in the day when I was a young girl, but definitely not now. So my feelings around being on preparation for so long, I mean, I'm very honoured that I have a partner who does what I do, understands what I do, is my coach, so has to support me from both perspectives of an emotional support as well as obviously being my husband, and then obviously from a coaching perspective. I don't think I'm a very needy client. I probably am the far removed from a needy client, but I like a responsive coach. I like a coach who cares about my journey as much as what I care about my own, if that makes sense. And that's what I get from Cuba. So I think that that's why my preparations feel relaxed, because I have my full trust in everything that he does. He's brought me from being literally skin and bone up to being a competitive pro figure athlete, which is a phenomenal job as a coach. So as much as it is my hard work, it is also a team effort. But from the perspective of how I'm feeling, because I have that support, and I can probably imagine that there's been days that he wants to bash his head against the wall because potentially I've been a little bit more moody, potentially I've been a little bit more quiet, not myself. Like, I am a very bubbly, open, chatty person. When it's competition time, especially as you get closer, potentially you don't have that energy to be that way anymore, and the focus is on the show. So potentially from his perspective, and maybe that's what's been the most challenging. But like, he would never ever make me feel that way. He would never make me feel bad for feeling that way or being that way, because he understands, because he does it. So I think that that's probably why I feel so chilled. I wouldn't recommend for a lot of people to do a really long season. If you are a first time competitor, I would say try and do a couple of shows very close together, get out, get in, get out, because extending it is very hard. If you have a really high food focus at the end of your competition prep, that will only get worse post show. If you're trying to then do long times between shows or extend it for a season, it's very difficult. If you are a natural bodybuilder, I would say that it's an absolute no-go, because your body's going to say absolutely not. There's certain things that people can do if they aren't a natural that can help their hormone levels stay in a place where they are in an optimal place to still be able to drop body fat for a very long time. I'm not saying that a competition prep shouldn't be long. I do think a long, slow process, 22 to 24 weeks, is a better idea. But I've been in preps now since November of last year. But because I see bodybuilding more of a lifestyle, I love to eat well, I love to train, I love to go outside and walk, I like to stay active, I like to drink water. Like it doesn't really, all the little things aren't a chore for me. I don't want lots of junk food. Like, it's not really me. So potentially that's why I found it easier than most. But I've pushed hard. Like, I've made sure that I've got in condition potentially that I've never gotten in before. And I'm really excited to display something on stage. So everybody's journey is different, everybody's process is different. If it goes wrong the first time, don't let it back you down. I came last at my first show and I still absolutely loved it. My first post show experience was not good, but I learned from it and I moved past it. If that first one doesn't go right and you don't win that first time, don't let it put you off. Keep on going and you'll succeed.